Like we're seeing on the screen here, in a vertical alignment with the months down the left-hand side of the screen and sales expenses profits across the top. And so looking at this data, what I would like to do is transpose it, and it's somewhat analogous to things you might be familiar with when using a pivot table, but if you can imagine a diagonal line along here, maybe transpose this without destroying it and not using a function just yet, but simply copying this data, and then right below it, for contrast, right-click here, paste special, and transpose. Not only is it the same data, but after adjusting the column widths here, we'll see that the formulas themselves got transposed. So a formula right here, which is adding up 6 cells to its left, does get transposed into a formula here that's adding up the 6 cells from above. And usually in situations like this, and sometimes you'll be doing this with only a single row or a single column, you make your decision as to which one looks better and get rid of one of them and keep the other one and proceed. There can be other times when what you'd like to do maybe is set up something like this and maybe on another worksheet and have the 2 sets of values be in sync. In other words, you might want to have this be kind of a mirror image in a different worksheet and have it be actually linked to the data. When you do a simple copy and transpose, a change up here causes nothing down here, and as I change this to 150, the set of data in the upper part of the screen here is changing, but not in the lower part. And so if you want them to be in sync and you need that kind of a situation, what you need to set up is what's called the transpose function, and it is an array function. So getting rid of the data here and doing it on the same worksheet so you can see the example better, let's set up a transposed area. And here's what we have to do first. If you drag across the starting area here as you do this, you recognize and you'll see to the left of the formula bar in the name box, the indicator 4R-X9C, meaning 4 rows by 9 columns. Now the transpose version of that will be 9 rows by 4 columns. So what we now need to do is go highlight a range that is the reverse of this. So it's going to be 9 rows by 4 columns. And as you do that, you can see the display there. So highlight that area ahead of time, equal transpose. Using this data, Control, Shift, Enter. Obviously, we'd want to do some formatting before we do much else, so we'll ignore that for the moment, but every one of these is an array function. And here too, looking a little bit strange because they all look alike. But in this example here, if I change this to a 150, and remember I did that in the prior situation, it didn't change the lower data, here it does. Now, probably you would not be doing this on the same worksheet, and you certainly can. I certainly did it here, but you might want to consider how this might work for you when you need parallel kinds of views, perhaps on different worksheets. The data here is in sync and forever linked to the other data. So it's a powerful tool. It's a transpose function, which is an array function.